Church. This is Pastor Lance, and we're getting ready for Easter coming up this Sunday, and we're so excited about it. And I wanted to come to you today with a little devotion this morning, just as we kick off our Holy Week. And I'm going to be going over 5 different parts and things of Jesus' life as we read the story leading up to Easter. Can you imagine everything that the disciples saw? Can you imagine everything that they went through? Man, how exciting it would be to see people being healed and eyes being opened and death being raised. And so I want to read you a story from Mark chapter 11. Verse 12, it says, "The next morning as they were leaving Bethany, Jesus was hungry, and he noticed a fig tree in full leaf a little way off. So he went over to see if he could find any figs. But there were only leaves because it was too early in the season for fruit. Then Jesus said to the tree, 'May no one ever eat your fruit again.' And the disciples heard him say it." Now, we're going to skip down a couple of verses down to verse 20. It says, "The next morning as they passed by the fig tree he had cursed, the disciples noticed that it withered up from the roots. Peter remembered what Jesus had said to the tree on the previous day, and he exclaimed, 'Look, Rabbi, the fig tree you cursed has withered and died.'" If you look at that scripture, what I love about this is the word there that says he exclaimed. And then when you look at him saying, "Look, Rabbi, the fig tree is cursed, you cursed has withered and died," there's an exclamation point behind that. What that simply means is that he was excited and was saying things in excitement. We look at Peter's life, and again, he has seen so many things, and Jesus called him, and when he called him, there was something about Jesus that pulled Peter from his daily life and his daily job to give up everything and just to follow him. The reason why is because Jesus was real. This was really happening. This was someone who was who had such a power behind him that it drew people to him. In fact, as we see Jesus' life, we see that people flocked to him. They were always coming and wanting to be around him. But what I love about this story is that as Peter exclaimed this word, "Look, Rabbi, the fig tree you cursed has withered and died!" Exclamation point. I love this because it seems like Peter never stops being amazed. Peter had seen miracles after miracle after miracle, and each one just as amazing as the one before it. I mean, he was amazed. He was amazed at what Jesus had done, and yet still, here we are talking about a fig tree, and he's amazed. Once again, excited. "Who do people say that I am?" is what Jesus asked him one time. And of course, we know the other disciples said, "Oh, some say you're this and some." But Peter jumps up and says, "You're the Christ. You're the one. You're the Son of the living God." Peter was there. Think about this. He was there at the Transfiguration. He saw the cloud come down. He heard the voice from heaven. Peter didn't hesitate. He didn't wait for his answers. He jumped right in. He saw the feeding of the 5,000. He saw the raising of the dead. This was everything that Peter saw. All these great miracles, and yet with the cursing and the dead fig tree, he still exclaims, exclamation point. He was still amazed. I want to ask you today, when was the last time that you were amazed by God? Can you even allow yourself to be impressed or in awe of Jesus? You may say, "Well, we're at Easter time, and I've heard this story. Every year it's the same story. It doesn't change. Jesus raised from the dead." But maybe you've heard it over these many years, and you're to the place of going, "You know what? It just doesn't have any impact on me anymore. We're going to hear the same story. We're going to hear the same thing. It's going to be the same." And we get to that place where we go, does it really matter? But I want to tell you today that God is still amazing. That we can still stand in awe of what he did. You may say, oh, well, I've heard it so much that maybe it's even boring. But I want to encourage you to ask God. Ask Him, say, please, Lord, help me to be in awe of Jesus again. Because during this Holy Week, I want you to really look at this story. I want you to really hear what's being said. I want you to really read the Word. And I pray that once again, you can be in awe of Jesus. I love you guys, and we'll see you tomorrow.